the Tuesday, September 10th, 2024 school committee meeting located here at the PDC at Tyngsborough High School. My name is Anthony Tenerella. I officially call this meeting to order. I will remind everyone that these meetings are audio and video recorded, and we will start with introductions to my left.
Evan Cody.
Stacy Guido.
Mike Woodlock, Assistant Superintendent.
Hi, Mike Flanagan, Superintendent.
Danielle Athanas.
Brian McMahon.
Rob Mullen. Joe Messina, Business Administrator.
If I could ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the August 20th, 2024 school committee meeting minutes and the August 20th, 2024 superintendent evaluation subcommittee minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any further conversation? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? That carries 5. Abstained? 401. Thank you. Citizens' time. Seeing none. Correspondence, we have none at this time. Personnel, Dr. Flanagan.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to welcome Kathleen Valdina to the district as a new physical education teacher at the elementary school. I'd like to inform the committee of 2 resignations. We have Marika Johnson, who's a paraprofessional. Thank you for your 2 years of service to TES. And Katie LaRochelle, who's a TES library/science teacher, who will be leaving us after 7 years of service. So best of luck to Marika and Katie. Also, congratulations to Carol West, who submitted her notification to retire effective December, I believe, Mr. Messina. And that's after 25 years of service here as a paraprofessional at Tyngsborough High School. So thank you to Ms. West.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Ms. West. 25 years. Share the success. And before you start, Evan, I just want you to know, any one of you guys could become Evan, our student representative. So, floor is all yours, kid.
Sure. At TES, the school year is in full swing as we welcomed our preschoolers last week. TES is home to 730 preschool through grade 5 students. Throughout the building, lots of smiles, laughter, and learning can be seen. We're looking forward to a great school year. Preschool through grade 12 pictures are this Wednesday, the 11th, and pictures for grades 3 through 5 are on Thursday, the 12th. We're excited to welcome families to our annual open house on Thursday, the 26th, from 6 to 7. At THS, the Senior Sidekicks hosted freshman orientation with approximately 80% of newcomers attending. Class meetings were held with each grade to discuss expectations and what to look forward to this upcoming year. Class officer speeches and elections were held last week. Congratulations to the winning candidates. Athletics are underway. Good luck to all our fall athletes this season. September Students of the Month were announced, and they are as follows: Evan Cody, Addison Collins, Audrey Mann, and Sabrina Osborne.
It's
all,
so
thank you.
weird when you have to read your own name, Evan. I apologize for that. So congratulations.
Well, you noticed he put it first.
Exactly.
Yeah. Congratulations, Evan. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to take item 9A out of order.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? That carries 500. 9A.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to welcome our new middle school principal, Mr. Brian Meringer, here tonight. This is his first formal meeting with the school committee. I know he met informally with them. So welcome, Mr. Meringer, and they have a middle school welcome back presentation that they're going to go through right now. Mr. Meringer, the floor is yours.
Great. Thanks so much for inviting us and having us here tonight. So in just a couple minutes, the students are going to kind of share their experience and their perspective of the middle school. Before they begin, I just want to say that I think we've had a real strong opening. I know that there are some people on the committee who have children at TMS. I hope they're having a good experience and a good start to the year. One of the things that we're really focusing on this year is making sure that we communicate effectively with families and also internally. And so I always say that at the middle school level, it's really important to communicate with families. At the elementary school, you usually get daily communication from your children who come home and tell you everything that happened. At the middle school level, they're not as forthcoming, let's say. And also at the middle school level, there are a lot of teachers to navigate for families, where at the elementary school, you usually know that one person to call. You usually have been there for multiple years. And so we're really trying to do a good job of communicating with our families. And so one of the things that we're really trying to do through communication is really help the culture and climate of the middle school. And we're hoping that your students have come home and talked about how they're making positive relationships with teachers. It's something teachers are really working on right now, is establishing positive relationships with their students. It's extremely important. All the studies and the data show that if the students enjoy coming to class, like their teachers, their achievement levels go up. And I've been really impressed with the teachers and what they've been doing. And I've really been impressed with what the students have done and started out and had a real strong beginning of the year. So we're hoping I'm coming back here in the spring, and we have, we're communicating effectively. We're engaging our students, and they enjoy coming to school. But I'm going to turn this over to the middle school students. We have 2 6th graders, 2 7th graders, and 2 8th graders who are just going to share their perspective and hopefully how things are going at TMS. I know you guys will be great. Thanks.
We will be talking about 5 topics. They include orientation, learning a new building, and time changes. Moving classes and lunch. There was an orientation before school started with 80 students. It was a time that students could learn where their classes would be. The building is pretty easy to learn since most of the classes are right near each other. Also, school starts earlier than the elementary school, but you get out earlier, which allows you to do more after school. You can participate on teams, go to activities, or take a nap. We have more teachers with different teaching styles and classes. You have more chances to be with your friends in classes, unlike the elementary school, where you did not have those opportunities and had to wait until next year. The lunches in middle school are very different from elementary school. There are multiple choices instead of there being only 2. Healthy vegetables and fruits are required when getting lunch to make sure you're eating healthy. There are also cookies, fizzy drinks, chips, and water you can buy at lunch too. Near the end of lunch, we go outside and walk around the building once for exercise. It is also an easier way to get to your classes when you enter the building. On to the 7th graders.
Hi, my name is Ava Gaipo.
Hi, my name is Joseph Courtney.
Tonight we're going to be talking about the beginning of 7th grade unified arts classes and how we are excited to move into the new building. As you get older, teachers start to expect more from their students. In 7th grade, rules are applied more frequently and there are less warnings. Although the expectations are higher, the teachers give you opportunities to do cool things like planning activities and dances in student council or helping out in the PALS program. In 7th grade, teachers expect you to be more mature. There's lots of freedom for you to share your opinions, thoughts, and emotions. I would like to say that TMS is an amazing place to be at, and I love watching it grow.
TMS's Unified Arts program has a wide variety of classes, such as art, STEM, Spanish, technology, media studies, and wellness. Each UA is fun in their own way. For example, in STEM class you have a lot of hands-on activities. In music exploration, you get to play instruments and discover new things. Overall, the program is a lot of fun. We are also excited to move into the new building. We can see and hear the construction that is going on. It will be a lot of fun to see the inside of the new building. On to the 8th grade.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Madison Meese, and I am an 8th grader at TMS. Hi, I am Thomas McMahon. Today, we are here to talk about sports, after-school activities, the Washington, D.C. trip, and all the opportunities you get at TMS. As a student at TMS, you can play on either a middle school team or, depending on the number of students, you can play on a high school team. Students can participate in sports like basketball, cross country, field hockey, football, soccer, softball, baseball, track, and lacrosse. These are awesome opportunities because they help kids learn responsibility by committing to a team and working on something they love. I am part of the softball team and the field hockey team, and I love them both. I've grown so much from being on these teams.
TMS also has tons of cool after-school activities, like student council, yearbook, knowledge bowl, robotics club, crochet club, and theater. Theater is a big deal at TMS, and everyone looks forward to the shows.
One of the activities I am in is student council, and it's been great. I've helped put on meals for the homeless, plan dances, and share my ideas. Miss Slattery and Mr. Holgate really help make our ideas come to life. This year we've already planned events like movie night, bingo night, a blanket drive, spirit weeks, a dance, a can drive, a meal for the elderly in town, and a sled derby.
This year, the 8th grade is going to Washington, D.C. Well, you are at TMS. You have the option to do a fundraiser each year, and 40% of your proceeds go towards paying to be able to pay for the trip. Well, you are in Washington. We will have the chance to tour the U.S. Capitol, see monuments and memorials. A few students will participate in a wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers in Arlington National Cemetery.
While at TMS, you are given a lot of opportunities like doing the morning news, the morning and afternoon announcements that both Tommy and I do, going on a DC trip, fundraisers, helping others, and going on field trips and so much more. Thank you all for listening as we talk about some of just the amazing things that happen at TMS.
Thank you for having us. Is there any questions?
Well, of course. You know your father's going to have questions. So at this time, thank you guys for coming in tonight. Thank you for your presentation. It's awesome. When the schools come in and present to us, we say it every time, but you guys are why we're here. You guys are why we do this, why we volunteer to come here and do this. So when you guys present, it's the best time for us. So I thank you for that. There's a lot of adults who couldn't do what the 6 of you just did. So thank you for that. And I am going to turn it over to Mr. McMahon because he will have questions.
Oh, thank you. So it's early in the school year. You haven't had a lot of time to experience too much yet. So I want to hear from each of you. What are you looking forward to most this year? We'll start down here.
Theater.
Theater?
Basketball and track.
Maybe some science projects.
I'm looking forward to student council and some of the activities.
The teachers?
Okay. You guys nervous? You guys did awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So all of you guys used to be in 5th grade at some point, I'm assuming. You didn't just skip it. So thinking back to 5th grade, the beginning of the school year, you know middle school's coming. What advice do you have for those kids now that you're a couple weeks into the middle school year, especially the 6th graders, who this is a brand new transition, for those 5th graders that'll be coming up next year and sitting where you're sitting or getting ready for their middle school years?
I think just really be kind and really try to embrace yourself to make new friends and stuff.
Trying to think. Don't stuff your bag with papers. Your bag is already heavy. You don't need more.
I'd say be yourself, be open, because it's definitely a change for a lot of people, so just be open and be kind.
Probably enjoy your last year at TES, but also look forward to your first year and your other 2 years at TMS. Your bag is going to weigh pretty much the weight of an elephant.
I would say don't be scared that you're going to get lost. It's just 2 big squares. You won't get lost. You just keep walking and you'll find the class. There'll always be someone to help you, whether it's a student that's older than you or there's a teacher, but there will always be someone to help you.
I say respect goes both ways. If you show respect, you'll get respect.
Thanks, guys.
So there's one thing I forgot to mention. So I believe one of the 6th graders mentioned that, you go into school earlier now, you get out earlier, and one of the things you get to do is take after-school naps. Tony takes 3 naps a day.
I'm over.
I just want to say that I think you all did a really great job. It's not easy to come in here. I think this room is kind of intimidating. I know sometimes I find it intimidating to speak at these meetings. So I give you a lot of credit for coming in here and doing it, and you all did a fabulous job. And I also love hearing you guys come in and tell us what you're thinking about and what's happening at the building, because a lot of times parents, they don't get to see what's going on in school. So this is a great opportunity for them to hear some highlights. And that's it. I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mullen?
Oh, just a, wonderful, wonderful job that you guys did. I don't have any questions for you, to put you on the spot, so just enjoy this year. I know if this, eighth graders, this is your last year at this building. Seventh and sixth graders, it's going to be the last couple of years in this building, and looking forward to starting in a new middle school, perhaps, real soon. That's got to be really exciting, but really enjoy this year. I hope you guys have a great time.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I can't believe the number of activities that the student council puts on. That list was really impressive, amazing. And I think that's one of the great things, hearing from the eighth graders versus sixth graders. Get involved in the school. There are opportunities there for you. So I think one of you said, try new things. Somebody said, try new things and expand your horizons here a little bit. So get involved as much as you can. If there's a club that you want to see happen that isn't already there, go talk to Mr. Manager, talk to Mr. Hook. We can get that done. And get your friends involved. So it's an opportunity for you to grow. So, and I do know this is the last year we can say it's two big squares. Because next year, I don't even know what we're going to call it next year. We're going to figure that out. There's a different traffic flow, but they did a great job. Mr. Chair, do we want to take a 2-minute recess? So
Yes, I just have one question for him, though. Last year, the elementary school came in and complained about lunch. So we tasked,
Gotta bring it up.
we tasked Joe with fixing the chicken nuggets. Are they any better?
We don't get chicken nuggets. We just get
this is at the middle
No, you
school.
did away with chicken nuggets.
So they're better.
Yeah, so they're better.
I will say,
Exactly.
Mr. Chair, 2 weeks into the school year, my son has had 0 complaints about the food and loves the variety.
Awesome.
That's great.
That's what we love to hear.
Healthy food.
Yes.
Healthy food.
So at this time, we're actually going to take a 5-minute recess. We're going to get some pictures of you guys,
Yes, make a motion.
and we're going to seek a motion to do so.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? That carries. At this time, we'll move on with the agenda. Subcommittee updates, at this time, we have 0. Unfinished business, MSBA update, Dr. Flanagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We'll jump right into the slide deck at this time. As a reminder, I'd like to report the upcoming meetings we have. So we have a school building committee meeting next Wednesday night at 6:30. September 24th, 2 weeks from tonight, Tyngsborough High School will be here to present their opening of the school year. We do have a Unit 8 negotiations scheduled for October 2nd. October 8th will be our next school committee meeting, and that's when we have the elementary school to come present. And then October 22nd, we're back into the regular business meeting schedules. So that's what's coming down the pike. In terms of MSBA update, a lot has transpired since our last meeting. We met on the 20th, and I believe the 21st of August, we had a school building committee meeting. At that school building committee meeting, 2 specific items that were VE'd out of the project or value engineered out of the project were put back into the project at that meeting. And we're going to talk a little bit about those in a bit. As you can see on the campus here when you pulled up, we have new parking lights installed. Those will be wired within the next 2 weeks. You will see those on all weekend long once we turn them on, because we don't have a secure building yet to access a construction site, so we don't want people coming in and out. So if you see the lights on a Saturday night and there's no one here, that's intentional. They are LED lights, they're long-lasting, but we will be leaving those on all weekend long once those become operational. Additionally, as you look at the parking lights, you'll see in the far parking lot, we have 1 pole that has not been replaced yet. That pole will be swapped out to match the new existing lights that we have on campus. We have an upcoming meeting in the next 2 weeks to talk about keying and access to the middle school and what that's going to look like. In terms of work that's going on, interior tile work is ongoing, mill work is being delivered this week, and we'll begin installation next week in A2. Exterior face sidewalk prep, all along the interior courtyard and all the outer perimeter of the school. As we know, the push was to get the front sidewalk done so we could open school and use that for our students. They've now since moved to all the exterior parts of the building, including that main courtyard area, to work on that sidewalk right now. Also, as you drove in tonight, you probably saw some steel beams up for the first section of the bus canopy. They'll be working on that all week long as well. So the bus canopy will be up this week. But let's really jump into the 2 VE items. This is the first VE item. Essentially, on a high level, the light green area, that was all part of our project. That's all parking lots. That's the major chunk of the green parking lot right there. That's where the current middle school sits. We know that that's going to be demolished and raised, and that'll be a new parking lot right there. And you can see the new softball field to the right. The parking lot in front of that was also going to be done, which is done now out front, as well as the access road around back. That was all that was in the budget at this point. That was all that was part of the project at this point, because other parts of the parking lot were value engineered out. Decision was made at the last school building committee meeting that it was illogical to not address all of the millwork, all of the paving, while there was return on investment with them on site anyways. If you drive out Norris Road right now, the exit road, you know that it's a mess. So it needs to be done anyways. So the question was, do we do it now as part of this project, or do we wait and try to get it through capital asset and or the operational budget and or part of the roads paving project as part of the town? So the committee said, this is the time to do it, this is the time to capture it. So we're going to extend the bus turnaround, the purple area on the map, and we're going to mill and pave the entire campus, from Norris Road to Norris Road, entrance to exit. So when you come on, we have a brand-new school and fresh pavement and millwork throughout the campus. So I think that was a really smart decision on behalf of the committee. So that's the first VE that was put back in. The second VE that was put back in were the 2 seat walls on the interior courtyard. So if you can picture that courtyard where you look out the cafeteria to this expansive courtyard, we have 2 areas that have patio blocks anyways. One of the things that we value engineered out was about $40,000 worth of seating around those areas. Well, as we talked about it from an instructional perspective, those don't become outdoor classrooms if there's not a place for students to sit. So to make them outdoor classrooms and to really capitalize on that space, a decision was made by the committee to put the $40,000 back into the project to ensure that we have those seat walls. Absolutely great decision from a structural and aesthetic perspective. In terms of a kind of a 30,000-foot view on where we are with contingency money, there is still in excess of 5% contingency available for this project. It's closer to 7.5%. So to do these projects doesn't even bring us close to the 5%. So there is still contingency money available in the event there's a bump down the road. In a bigger conversation at the school building committee level as well, we really don't anticipate any other items that were value engineered out that would go back in. Now, there could be unforeseen things that come down the pike, but nothing that we intentionally took out of the project that we want to put back in. So in terms of where we are right now, we feel, and I think from left field's perspective, I think their words and language was the budget is healthy at this point. So that's all good news. So those are the conversations we have. We have our regular meeting on Thursday morning, and we'll get an update at that point. But I wanted to keep this committee aware of what was going back into the project in case parents in the community are asking questions. So that's the MSBA update, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions on? Teaching and learning, Mr. Woodlock.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wanted to just kick off this year by reminding the committee or introducing to maybe our new committee members that last year we had the opportunity to be included in a DESE endeavor called the Inclusive Academy. It is selective, so we were very fortunate to be a part of it. This will be our second year working with DESE and our technical assistant with this program, and it's made up of volunteers. Some of them aren't really that voluntary, including our admin, who are all part of our team, which is Brian, who is here tonight, Mrs. Kavanaugh, Mr. Ogden from the high school, Ms. Souza from the elementary school, but then a lot of teacher leadership as well. We have our two coaches, who, by the way, we should talk about them at a later meeting. They're doing a tremendous job so far. We have Erica Cooper, our math coach, Katie Leahy, our literacy coach. Ashley Makovich is representing the high school this year. Caitlin Tevepaw, again, representing the middle school. And Allie Bishop at elementary school, as well as Ms. Luensick and myself. So we'll be meeting several times over the course of this year. And we've already identified those dates and what we'll be doing. So we spent a lot of time last year working to really up our game as far as data collection, data analysis, and utilizing data effectively and properly. So part of what we do regularly, you've probably heard of, if you're a parent, IXL or maybe Dibbles or some of those things like that. Those are diagnostics that we use regularly at the elementary school and the middle school. And we also have grade data, meaning course marks or grades that we utilize for our data at the high school. So this is what our schedule looks like for this year. We'll be looking at BOY's beginning of the year data, our benchmark diagnostic assessments. We'll be looking at middle of the year data in March, and end of the year data in June. In November, we're really going to dive deep with our technical assistant, Dr. Katie Novak, on MCAS assessments and that data, and you'll get a report from me probably in late November, early December. I think we're going to do two different ones because that was a lengthy presentation last year, and I heard your feedback, and I want to make sure that I'm respecting our time. And in December, Dr. Novak is going to do a professional development just for our administrators. So that's a really special opportunity for us. So just to put in perspective what some of the value of this coaching and professional development that we're getting at absolutely no cost to the district is I estimate around $25,000 to $30,000 in professional development and coaching that we got last year and we'll get again this year. So we're going to get roughly over the course of this 3-year program about $75,000 to $90,000 worth of free professional development and coaching, which is wonderful. We've already had the opportunity this summer to attend a professional development seminar in Marlborough, which 7 of us were able to be at. It was really excellent. We got to meet with peers from other schools and talk about the things that we're all working and dealing with. So really excited to be a part of this program, and I think we're getting quite a bit out of it. And I will entertain any questions if anyone has them.
Anyone?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can move down to 10, Finance, Mr. Messina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For signing of bills, there were 9 bill warrants presented to the committee tonight. I do have them all back and approved. The list of warrant numbers, accounts, and amounts are in the drive. Also, for signing of payroll, 3 payrolls since we last visited, the payroll of August 12th, August 26th, and the first full staff payroll on September 9th. Again, warrant numbers and accounts and amounts are in your drive. Also in your drive is a very informative packet from Valley Collaborative. Newsletter kicks it off, which I think is a great thing to see all the super things that they do for our community. And Dr. Flanagan, if you wanted to add
Sure, just
anything
as,
regarding the packet.
Yeah, we began this process, I think, last May. And at that time, one of the things that Valley Collaborative was audited on was the fact that they need to report out their quarterly financial statements to every sending district. So it will appear on our agenda. We'll see this 3 more times this year. But all the information, everything you need to know about Valley Collaborative, including their financials, any amendments, any agreements that they have, it's all right in here for your review. So just trying to be as transparent as possible.
That's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Messina. School committee discussion. Evan?
None, thank you.
I just want to say that I hope everyone had a great start back to school. I want to thank the teachers and the staff for really getting the building ready and welcoming the kids back. I've heard nothing but great things so far, and I know I have kids at each of the buildings, and all the teachers seem to have been really taking that beginning of the school year to do activities to get to know the students, let the students get to know them, and help the classmates get to know each other. And I just thought that was really great. I think it's a good foundation for learning for us this school year, because when a kid feels comfortable and they're happy, they feel connected to their teacher and their classmates. I think that just sets everybody up for a successful school year. So I just wanted to thank the teachers and the staff for making those efforts, and I hope everybody has a safe, healthy, and successful school year.
Thank you.
I'm all set, thank you.
Echo what Stacy said. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad to see you all back. I hope you have a wonderful year. I would like to wish a very happy 82nd birthday to someone I know. He watches me on television all the time. Former educator, 20 years as a teacher, 20 years as a principal, and that's my dad, Rob Mullen first. But that's all I have tonight.
Happy birthday, Mr. Mullen. Congratulations again, Evan, student of the month. Good job.
Thank you.
Proud of you. I think the students did amazing, as they always do. I didn't point it out at the time, but I also think Mr. Manager did a great job for his first time presenting to the committee. So I liked his energy and his positivity. I think he's going to do really well. So welcome back, and I look forward to a great school year.
Just want to echo what everybody's already said about the students. They always do such a great job, and it's always such a great way to kick off the year to have them at our first official school year meeting. And to that end, also just thank you to the administration, teachers, staff, everybody for making just such welcoming environments for our kids. I've got one each in TES and TMS, and I mean, both kids just like are loving being at school. Thank you to Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. La Rochelle at TES for your years of service. Good luck in your next chapters, and congratulations to Mrs. West on your upcoming retirement. Welcome to Mrs. V at the elementary school. The kids love her, is the feedback I'm hearing at home. She's high energy, she's super fun, and so I'm glad to see that energy continuing. The TMS students tonight mentioned the advice of to the TES fifth graders to be yourself and be kind. And I just want to echo that to all of our students across all 3 schools. It's not just the elementary school, and it will carry with you through life. We tell our kids every day, work hard, play hard, focus, and be kind. So just kind of take that with you, and that's all I've got.
Excellent. Thank you.
First of all, happy birthday, Mr. Mullen, a longtime Lowell Public School educator.
Oh, yes.
So congratulations to him. Kids are great. Mr. Woodlock and I have spent a lot of time walking around, particularly these 2 schools. And the climate and the culture at the middle school seems great. I think Mr. Meringer is already making some really positive connections with kids, so that's a great thing. And I like to see the kids looking out for each other, and I love to see them get excited when they walk back and forth and look at the new school and watching the guys standing on beams and things like that. So, and the high school, I think one of the things I'm noticing about the high school, it's not noticing, but just commenting on, because it's not a new thing. They look out for each other here in the halls, and everyone is compassionate, and it's just, the Clement culture here is something that's really different. So it's a real positive thing. Great start to the school year. Things are going very well right now. Need to get a little bit more in the elementary school. Not my wheelhouse, as you know, although I'm a former high school person, so I commit to do that over the next couple of days. So that being said, I have nothing else really to offer. Great job by the middle school students.
Yes, great job by the middle school students. Thank you for coming out and presenting with us tonight. I would like to recognize our custodian and maintenance staff for the work they did over the summer and preparing these buildings. They look great, so great job, everybody. We do have a need for an executive session this evening, but before we do that, I do want to say happy birthday to Mr. Mullen. Our executive session is to discuss strategy in respect to a collective bargaining or litigation, if held in an open meeting, may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body as declared by the chair. We will return from executive session only to adjourn our regular session meeting. I am seeking a motion to enter into executive session.
I will make that motion.
Second.
This is a roll call vote.
In favor.
In favor.
Sorry.
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
Thank you all and have a good night.
Night.